Yo, what is up, guys? Let's see. We're not really doing much today. More so just practice. It is the Mazda MX-5 at Summit Point. We will not be racing the Rainmaster because I haven't bought the racetrack and I'm not wealthy. I'm not rich, so I can't afford to buy it right now. So yeah, but we will be working with what we have. At least it's practice, and at least it's a race that we get to run, which is the MX-5 Cup in the rookies. But we will be racing not as rookies. We'll be racing with a D license, which is decent, I would say. It's better people than what you would find at per se rookie classes or something. But yeah, we will be practicing for that one. We will be running it tomorrow. Yeah, same as always. I think it lasts 15 minutes, depending on how Summit Point is not a difficult track. We've driven it in the rain. That was actually the first Rainmaster race we ever did was Rainmaster at Summit Point. But yeah, I feel decent today. It's definitely not one of the best feeling days, but it's definitely a good day. And I would just forget about everything that happened because I don't really care about that anymore. Not really. I'm gonna look around to see what we can race. We can race the Spec Racer. I've never actually driven this one before. It looks fun. I'm gonna put meets NPR because as of right now, we meet the NPR in the sports car category. It's like 3 things. So we have mini stock, FIA cross car, Legends Road Cup, off-roading. It's because you have to pay for a lot of these things. And I'm 100% happy giving iRacing my money because genuinely it's the best thing I've ever found for sim racing. But I do think the Spec Racer is going to be the best one. It does last a while. So that's definitely something too. A session's around an hour. I've never driven this car. I will jump into a test drive, but I do first want to get a livery for it. I know right now I'm not showing my screen, and I apologize for that, but I know you guys want to see my face sometimes, so I'll leave it like that. Okay, yeah, I do remember that March 10th is whenever season 2 will start. What is 0800 EST? Because hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, princess. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Might be 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. But it is when. All right. Yeah. All right. It's good. I feel good now. Awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. You uplifted my mood by a million times. I love you so much. Thank you. But yeah, you guys can't see it actually. But right here, it's showing on iRacing that there will be downtime on March 10th, which is in 5 days. No, it's in a week. In a week, which will be, yeah, Tuesday, March 10th, it will be downtime, which basically means you can't race at all. The whole thing's going to be closed for the season 2 initial release, which is absolutely insane. Actually, I do think we'll talk on that actually. And iRacing Arcade is now available, which is also really cool. That's actually a good topic to talk on today. Um, Spec Racer. Let me open my screen just so you guys can see. There we go. All right. I am choosing a livery currently for the Spec Racer because that does seem like the car we are going to drive. Spec Racer. It's a Spec Racer Ford Elemental PQRS SCCA, which is Sports Car Club of America Club Racer. Let me show y'all over here. Nope. Man, I hate that Windows 11 does that. Okay, there's Rexy. That looks to me more like a Radical than a Spec Racer, but it's a Spec Racer. That is, looks like the Audi R18 TDI. This is an Alpine. I'm looking for Red Bull. We always go for Red Bull. And again, I'm just a huge fan of Red Bull. So that's what we're looking for. This is like I do like this one too because it's like the McLaren MP4/4. This one's like the FW, no, not the FW14B. That Williams that had this car in Formula One. That one was in there, and then there's Apple Computer, BWT. This is Racing Point BWT. Monster, which is again an energy drink, but we are looking for Red Bull John Player Special. Also very, very cool. The Lotus 98T that Senna drove had that livery. I don't know what that is. That's something. Here's a Red Bull one. I will open that in new tab because I don't know how to save them. DuPont. This is the FW13B. U.S. Air Force, AMG Petronas, the Mercedes Formula One team. If I find a Formula One livery that I end up liking, like, okay, that's kind of funny. Oops. Hey, the Almeida Racing Academy by Kane H. Now that's something. I 100% to those of you, go subscribe to Swelly Almeida. He is a great driver. I don't know him personally, but he has definitely helped me on this journey for sim racing. His coaching videos are really, really cool. So definitely go subscribe to him if you guys aren't. Here's a pink Almeida Racing Academy Scuderia AlphaTauri, which is the older name of what is now Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. Here's another pink Almeida Racing Academy. I think we're just going to look up Red Bull because it's taking us way too long to even find anything that says Red Bull. Like, I've only found one, which is this one. It looks pretty nice, but I'm not too big of a fan of the silver. And then here's a Harley Davidson, which I don't even see if Harley Davidson would sponsor this because I don't know. They're a motorcycle company. I get if it was Yamaha because I know at some point Yamaha makes car engines. Like the one for the 1993 Ford Taurus SHO. It is a 4.6 liter V8, I think. It's produced by Yamaha. I'm not sure on the displacement, but I'm sure it's a V8 made by Yamaha. Okay, there's that, and then there's, let me space it. Sometimes these people like put spaces with Red Bull. I don't know what this looks like, so I can't really talk on. This one looks really cool. This one again is really cool. It is Red Bull. Spec Racer Red Lobster. That's something. Okay, see, there is this one which is a camouflage Red Bull, and there's this one as well. And there's also a Almeida Racing Academy Spirals, but it's red instead. What does this look like? It just, I can envision it. It's just like this dark blue with the new Red Bull logo that is white on the outside. It doesn't look that nice. I do like this one a lot more, the camouflage, but then again, this is the one that I can actually see, so I will be driving this one. But then there's also the Almeida Racing Academy. I really like this one because again, Suelio Almeida has been a huge inspiration for me ever since I started. Like it's generally somebody who I look up to in the sim racing world as well. Just because again, he started off on a G29. I started off on a G29, and he is now racing in IMSA, the IMSA TCR Championship, and a lot of those other cool series like the Radical Cup. So all of that is very, very cool. We don't really have an objective for today as far as driving goes. I will open my screen. I'm gonna open up iRacing forums. Yeah, CEO's gonna make me. It's because season 2 is gonna add like a million different cool things. They're all really, really cool. Yeah, it doesn't show. I gotta look up. iRacing season 2. It's because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk on, so I remember most of it, but I don't want to talk like too much on that without knowing because I might be talking just absolute nonsense and I wouldn't like I know most of it. Like they're adding a new telemetry, which is really cool. You no longer have to use race labs. They're adding the St. Petersburg road circuit. There we go. All right, I see it. Were we not joining? No, we weren't. Okay. Gameplay. Again. I'm in. Okay. Which one will I be happier seeing? This Red Bull or supporting Almeida? I think the red's out of the question. All right. Um dang. Okay, this is actually one of those, but usually whenever there's a decision like this where I can't really choose, I more so just choose the one that I most want. I know that doesn't sound like that good of a solution or like advice, but it's more so like whenever you see like what like imagine yourself having a difficult situation like I don't know, choosing between two steering wheels. There's usually one steering wheel that you like more or there's usually one thing that you like more, but you start thinking about what other people will think. That's just at least to me, that's what goes through my mind. I'm just like to me I'm like, yeah, I like the Red Bull, but Suelio Almeida like it is I'd rather Yeah, I'm definitely leaning more towards this one. We will. It's just I've always supported Red Bull. Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's race the Red Bull paint. There will be other instances, like when I joined the Almeida Racing Academy. Okay, there was a fighter jet passing over. I didn't know if y'all could hear me, but yeah, we will be racing the Red Bull paint. Now let's talk on iRacing Season 2. Um, Again, let's see right here. Before we dive in, I want to touch on the event. Um, The Daytona 24 reached an all-time high for all of sim racing, 104 total splits for the Daytona 24. So 104 different races, 6,000 plus registered teams, 3.5 million laps, 3.5 million plus laps, 26 terabytes of data. For those of you not too much in the PC building world, 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. So 26 terabytes would be 26,000 gigabytes of data and 40 plus years of total connection time throughout the world. Just racing in this. Again, season 2 will be adding. This is the streets of St. Petersburg. I actually watched this race on Sunday, IndyCar at St. Petersburg, which was yeah. See, it's been on the IndyCar calendar. Now it's on the NASCAR Craftsman truck and the return of the Mazda MX-5 Cup. But yeah, IndyCar wasn't like IndyCar races last a long time. What's this? Oh, okay. So Barber Motorsport Park was one of the first road circuits ever built for iRacing. So they're just, I think, updating it and they're making it nicer. Um, Lanier National Speedway, Langley National Speedway, and USA International Speedway will have ground from the ground up artwork overhauls. That is very cool. So basically, all the ads that would go on the side and the artwork that goes on the thing is that's really cool. Red Bull Ring will now have 3D curbs, which means once you go over them, you actually hear them. You guys like I think you guys might be able to hear it on certain racetracks like at Olton Park. Olton Park on turn 3. Whenever I turn, sometimes I go off onto the apex and you guys can kind of hear the tires hitting. But there will be art quality updates for Long Beach and Sebring and some new cars. I think it's 3 new cars, which is the NASCAR Next Gen Series Camaro ZL1. This is a very cool car. I don't watch NASCAR at all, but it definitely looks very cool. This is a next gen Ram truck, the NASCAR Next Gen Ram truck, and this is a TCR, an Audi RS3 LMS Gen 2 TCR. Very very cool car, and cars physics updates. Including the Audi RS3 LMS Gen 1 and Gen 2, Elantra N, Civic Type R, and Veloster N, which is very, very cool. Um, oh, okay. So the GTE class, which is different from GT3 very much, um, will be in line with our latest GT3 standards. Oh, okay, so that's really cool. So I think it's older GT3 cars that race now in GTE. So like the 911 RSR that I used to race in Gran Turismo, along with the 488 GT3, which all of these are GT3s in Gran Turismo. Garage quality and life update. Garage quality of life updates. Oh, okay. So it's a lot easier to create setups within iRacing with simplified height adjustments, cleaner layouts, and new tooltips, which is super cool. We've added detailed guidance for shift RPMs. Oh, shoot, that's cool. You can change the RPMs now. IMSA Vintage is really, really cool. I love the Audi. I think I might have one. No, I don't. I have a whole bunch of Hot Wheels stacked up there, and I might have had one, but it's not there anymore. Definitely, this is really, really cool. Oh, yeah. This also, I saw this on a video. The Lotus 49 has been fully updated to the latest physics technology, which means that they have the most realistic and it has authentic braking by using historic pad compounds and period correct caliper sizing. So whatever you're feeling when braking, that is exactly how this car is going to feel in real life. Oh, okay, new sim UI, which is really cool. They have different UIs depending on the car, which is super cool. That is actually sick. I'm actually really excited to see that. They have GT3 modified, which you can modify, I imagine. Open wheel sports car, super late, silver crown, and more. You can have HUD profiles. And this is what I'm saying. This telemetry that you guys see right here is something that I'm very excited for because this is very much used in coaching. And this is, I think it's very necessary in coaching, but it costs money. Um I currently have race labs, but I'm not paying for it. I never have paid for it. I just don't use that. I would love to have it, but I would have to pay for it. This is very cool. It is now implemented into iRacing with very, very cool steering visuals and gears, as well as how much the brake and throttle are being used, along with the clutch and miles per hour, which is very, very cool. It lets you see if you're actually is definitely gonna be something really cool for me to see, especially like in general, how trail breaking goes along and all of that is definitely gonna be very cool to see that. A lot more widgets, which is I think this is for time trial. This is for time attack, best lap, which is really cool. time trial. Compounds used. This is very cool. We had those in Gran Turismo. This too for the laps and the Joker lap. Joker laps are more so done in Rallycross and Rally, but very very cool stuff. Reference ghost enhancement. I think you can now have an offset time. So if you want to like start the lap where the car is half a second in front, you can do that, which is really really cool. Let's see. Oh, career mode. Career mode is now very very cool, which is now deep into its development path. I had seen a lot of people because to me, I use this as a simulator. I use this to practice for real life once I get there, right? But this is really cool. They now have career mode, which is absolutely insane. Like it's very very cool that they're adding this stuff into the game, which helps other people who maybe don't want to delve into online racing too much. But yeah, it would be very cool to see that they still don't give too much. Expect to hear a lot more about career mode in our next update, which is very cool. That means by season 3, they should have a lot. If not, it finished. Sim UI. I don't know what that is. New graphics engine, aka Spark. That is the graphics engine for night lighting. I will say, again, I like my graphics where they are. My computer runs perfectly fine at 60 FPS, running the graphics as I have it. This is very cool if you have a good computer. If we get better graphics but my computer runs worse, I would rather just stay with the normal UI engine. But it says night lighting has always been a weakness with iRacing, and with Spark, night lighting will be transformative, and animation will also be implemented. Which, from what that tells me, it basically means it's going to be more demanding, especially racing at night. But that doesn't necessarily mean that. It can mean that Spark is also very lightweight. Lightweight meaning that it's not too demanding, and it can just do more with less resources. Which if it's that, it'll be really cool because that is really really cool stuff. So yeah, this is all really really nice things that they're adding. Especially they have this. That this is definitely a widget that I would love to have because currently I need to have the black box open for it to tell me this. So if it would have that, that would be really cool. Now let's get into the spec racer, which I apologize for that little. No, actually, that was all part of the stream. So yeah, I know you guys enjoyed that. So let me check how many viewers we have. I know I spent a lot of time talking right there, but it was definitely something that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, and I will probably chop it up into some videos too. Forgot to open up the view counts. All right, 2 viewers. Um, yeah, thank you so much to my 2 viewers. I know one viewer is my beautiful sweetheart. So thank you so much for being here. You really made my day with that one. I wasn't in the best mood, but now I am. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for being here, and thank you to whoever else is in the. Okay, my thing isn't opening. To whoever else is in the stream, watching the stream, we have 2 viewers, 3 viewers now. So yeah, that is really cool. 3 viewers. We will now be racing this spec racer, which I've never driven this car. I've heard of the car, but I've never driven it. It looks very cool. I know they raced this one at the Almeida Racing Academy. If you guys would probably know because they had a million different liveries there, but a really, really cool car. I don't know what steering wheel it has. That is a bucket seat. How much can I zoom in? Summit Racing. That's really cool. I didn't know they sponsored. The suspension on this car looks very, very cool. I don't know if I'm correct, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is a double wishbone suspension. which would mean that the rear is kind of oversteer prone, which is what I like to have on my cars. So also Circuito de Lebanon, it is a super fun track when you race it well. If you can drive it well, is genuinely one of the best racetracks there are. Maybe not one of the best, but it's definitely up there. One of the best is maybe a little bit of a too much glaze on the racetrack, but yeah, it's definitely a very cool racetrack. I've driven here in the FF 1600, the MX-5, and never with GT3s. I think it's just the FF 1600, the F4, and the MX-5. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Let me open up the screen just for right now. The thing's loading and it's gonna take a good amount of time to load. Um, yeah, really cool stuff. I don't know if I have much planned. As far as races go for tomorrow. I do think we will practice entirely today. I will practice later. And then if I feel confident enough in the car to race, because this isn't a rookie class, this is a D license or whichever license we have. I think it's a D. Yeah, it should be D. Um, if I feel confident enough, which 100%, I'm pretty sure I will, especially by tomorrow morning. So we will be racing the spec racer for the first time ever. Especially if I like the car right now. If I don't like the car right now, if it's major over, if it's major understeer, I'm not too big of a fan of the car. I will try to induce oversteer as best as I can because that is something you learn in techniques as you keep on racing. But if it's massively understeery, like the like the BMW M2, the BMW M2 is massively understeery, and that is not a fun car to drive. This definitely seems like a fun car though, especially like I was saying. Does this car use paddle shifters? Okay, I can't see anything. Huh. Now that's something. You guys can't see the mirrors. These mirrors are hilarious. Look, they're up there. You guys can't see it. Dang it. I wish you guys could see it. Imagine if the mirrors stemmed from right here all the way up to the top of the screen where you guys see it. Like imagine from the screen it goes all the way down to the fender of the car. But I do need to adjust my height. Not FOV, driver height. Because I can't see what gear I'm in. It's really all I want to see. And I will have to adjust it once we get back into the FF 1600 and those cars. Does it have brake bias? It does not. It has... Oh, it does have brake bias. Okay. That's good. But I don't think it has a pit limiter. It does not have a pit limiter. It does feel somewhat like a go-kart. Okay, yeah, this thing is... I can already feel it. I really like this car. Oh. See, no, that's new. Definitely... So from my knowledge, this is a sports car. This is in the sports car category. But it doesn't appear to have ABS. But it is very fun. It handles just like a go-kart. Like, it's very maneuverable. oversteer prone, which is very fun. Can I take your flat out? I can't. Yeah, it doesn't have ABS, I think. As well as no pit limiter. A lot of torque, but I think it was just like a little lift off, but stuff we can recover from. The rear tires are overheated, but they'll cool down. That is an off track. Definitely kind of difficult to take the car around these corners, but again, this is our first. It is very fun. It's a very fun car. I will say that. It's genuinely a car that I like driving. And it is a car that I will continue to drive. It's always about exploring different things, different cars to drive. Definitely sketchy to take it throughout those two corners over there, because you usually only brake like 5 or 10%, and especially in this car, though. So I'll tell you guys right now, the car that this is very much similar to is the FF1600. No, not the FF1600, the Formula V. Yeah, it's very similar to the Formula V in the sense that whenever you downshift, the rear likes to kick out if you downshift too aggressively. Let's see. We have some time left. Hello, Taylor Spins. How's it going, Taylor Spins? Thank you so much for following. Thank you for following Taylor Spins. That means a lot. But yeah, how's it going, man? I assume you're British. I apologize if practice has been great, actually. Oh, all right. Hey, that's sick, man. Have you ever been to the Nordschleifer? The Nordschleifer is one of my favorite racetracks. I've never been though. But yeah, practice has been good. I've been good. Not yet. Yeah, man. I've been trying to. The Nordschleifer is one of my favorite racetracks, but yeah, man. Practice has been good. We've been practicing in the Spec Racer Ford around Circuito de Lebanon. Definitely a different car. It's definitely a different car. I've never driven one like this. It's very fun though. Just it's kind of like the Formula V, just in a closed wheel type of type car. Yeah, me either. Until today, I had never driven the Spec Racer, and it's a very cool experience. The one thing is, it's very similar to the Formula V in the sense that whenever you downshift, it kicks out. The Porsche Cup or the GT3? Yeah, the Porsche Cup and the GT3, super super cool cars. I drive the Porsche GT3R in the Rainmaster. But yeah, the Porsche Cup is definitely something that I want to drive. The Porsches are my favorite cars in general. But yeah, the I would love to drive the Porsche Cup. I still haven't driven it, but I have driven the Porsche GT3R in the Rainmaster GT3 Championship. Still got three watching on YouTube. Thanks so much to my three. I think about getting the Porsche GTP, but I gotta buy some tracks. Yeah, the GTP, very, very cool cars. But yeah, I gotta buy some tracks too. I gotta buy Atlanta Speedway, Nurb, Bathurst, and Hockenheim. I actually raced Bathurst a week or two ago. Bathurst in Rainmaster, it is chaotic, like crazy chaotic, but it's definitely fun. I want to get them the Nürburgring, Spa, and Suzuka. Those are my top three favorite tracks, but I do want to get Nürburgring, Spa, and Suzuka. Definitely very, very cool racetracks, but also Hockenheim and Bathurst are also very, very cool tracks. Yeah, I'm trying to race them also Interlagos. If the Brazil Interlagos, cause in there's yeah the Suzuka 1000. I've been wanting to race that one. I wanted to race the 24 Hours of Daytona, but I was still stuck in rookies because I only started racing iRacing like in November. It was like October, November. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, I can imagine, man. I heard, well, like there was 104 splits across, but yeah, 8 crashes. Yeah, I can imagine. I have heard, especially on I don't know what I rating you are, but especially on lower, not lower, like the lower splits. I'm saying, like I know those. There's a lot of like people who just don't respect the game, right? Like they, yeah, but yeah, I can. That's pretty good actually. Right now I'm at 1500 on the GT3 or the sports car category, but yeah, I have heard from people saying that the Daytona 24 is like it's very hard. I mean, it is a 24-hour race. Yeah, I gained whenever I started racing the Rainmaster on iRacing, I was at 1200 iRating. So I did gain quite a bit. Like the Rainmaster, especially like if you're good at those races, the tracker say ruin turn one. Oh really? I haven't raced on a Daytona in a while. Like since Gran Turismo, so I don't really know what the track limits are, but turn one was always really fun on the Daytona road course, but I can imagine new track limits would have ruined that one. Oh, really? Dang, that sucks. I remember on you used to be able to abuse that track limits like out wide. Dang, that sucks. Even during crashes, that sucks. Like a lot of people crash right there, so you have to like even if you go out wide to evade it, you're gonna get an incident point. That oh yeah, the bus stop is one of my favorite corners. But cause they changed the bus stop. I don't know if they changed the layout on iRacing, but I know on the 24 Hours of Daytona this year they changed the layout of the bus stop. But it's definitely especially if you upset the car on hitting one of those curbs. Like if you hit the curb too hard, you upset the car, and it's kind of hard to. Yeah, especially yeah, just in general, the bus stop. If you hit the curbs too hard, you'll upset the car, and it's gonna end up spinning. 30 minutes? I've only had like, especially I've never done an endurance race. The most I've ever done is an hour 30 on Gran Turismo. But 30 minutes, yeah, That'll really set you back, but again, in endurance racing, that's what it's about. I mean, I don't know if you watched the 12 Hours of Bathurst, but there were a lot of cars that were in the pits for a while. Yeah, I watched a little bit too. Like I think I watched like 4 hours of it. Oh yeah, for sure. I watched like 4 hours. It was more at the start and then towards the end, but it was pretty good. I watched. I don't know if you saw that crash, that huge pileup, at the start. The like that big pileup that there was with the Mercedes and the Porsche. I think they should have like the Marshall stands like they have at the Nordschleifer, where each Marshall stand can see each other, because I definitely think that crash could have been avoided if the marshals would have deployed a full course yellow or something. It's definitely it's a slidey car, but it's a very fun car to drive.
You got that corner and got a slow down penalty.
Park over here on the side. I will practice later. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Um, yeah, I don't really have an objective anymore on what to do. Anymore, at least. Might we race No Hezzy? No Hezzy was good, but I'm trying to drive, or like I'm trying to race. And right now, like, can't really like do much, especially like, what is it? I don't like to go into races without practice and deciding what I race next season. Yeah, I'm just gonna race like 100% I'm gonna be racing Formula 4 full time. Formula 4, I think it's gonna be running with the Formula 1 calendar. Yeah, those are very good like seasons, like very good championships. But yeah, I'm gonna be racing Formula 4, Rainmaster, and the Fanatec GT3 Consp Fanatec GT3 Conspit Cup or something like that, whatever it's called. But GT3, Formula 4, and Porsche Cup probably, and whatever special events, like special endurance events there are among there, I'll drive those too. Okay, why did I close? I still needed it. Oh yeah. I'm not big on oval racing, but I know especially a lot of people on iRacing the Daytona 500 is a big event. So yeah, I really like the 1M for no hezi or the CTR. They're small cars. The Sesto Elemento is like very big. Gila Quadrifoglio, the 1M. How much horsepower? 400 horsepower at what? Like 3,000 pounds? Yeah. Evora. How much horsepower does the Evora have? 420. Sesto Elemento is 570. Okay, the GT86. The Miata is definitely one of the best cars. I just take the Sesto Elemento. It's gonna take a while for this thing to open, so why not check how the stream's doing? But yeah, thanks so much to Taylor Spins on Twitch for watching right now and for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. And thank you to my beautiful sweetheart on YouTube for watching me. It means a lot. So thank you guys both for being here. Shitoku always takes a while to load. So, and if you guys can go follow me on all of my socials, the ones down here. I'm pretty sure I'm pointing at them, but it should be um TikTok, Twitch Kick, YouTube, Instagram. So make sure you follow me on all of those. I post photos on Instagram and I post on YouTube and TikTok every now and then. Hey, we're back at two. All right, we're back at two viewers, which is great. This thing is still loading. This little the little graphic that they make for the speed and for all of that. It's very cool. That was crazy. That was great. I didn't think I was gonna make that. That was crazy. I am still astonished by that. I think we'll be able to break our personal best today. Or not. Yeah, we're not breaking that. Let's try this backwards. Why is it so, like... Can I even catch up? I don't think so. Alright, we're back forward. Oh, that was close. That was also very close. Oh no. New personal best. 1.9 million. Yeah, and I was driving, like, I was just basically not even thinking. I was just pass, which it rewards you for going fast and driving more dangerously, right? Awesome stuff. 1.9 million. Also, if you guys see, the chat was blowing up from Taylor Spin, which I don't even know who he is, but thank you so much for the follow. That's the beauty of this. Again, it probably comes with a lot of downsides as well, but I absolutely love streaming. I love, especially that there's one person who makes it all special. Again, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, sweetheart. It means a lot. You make this, yeah, I just love doing it. And it's, yeah, just thank you for everything. Thank you so much. Also, everything comes from God. I know that none of this here would have been possible by my own stuff. Like, I would never have been able to get a $2,500 setup approximately just by myself. Again, this all opportunities are given to me, which in turn help me, and I'm always thankful to God for that. And it's great to see that through streaming I have met multiple people who actually believe that this can, like, be done. At least for me. You just sometimes you end up seeing that the people who root for you, not necessarily the entire time they want you to succeed, at least for me. So finding people like my beautiful sweetheart, or a lot of people who have followed me and who genuinely support this dream of me becoming a Formula One driver, those are the people who I value a lot. And I thank you guys so much. To all of my followers across all platforms, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting that dream, because that genuinely means a lot to me. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for that. We didn't really practice today. We were more just dilly dallying among the thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much to my beautiful princess for watching my streams and for supporting me in everything I do. I love you so much. Thank you to everybody watching. You guys mean a lot to me. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be racing the Spec Racer or the MX-5. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.